Welcome, everyone. We are live, and today you are going to learn New Year vocabulary. And we're going to do this as a quiz. So I'll quiz you as we go along. You'll learn a lot of vocabulary, you'll learn correct grammar and correct pronunciation, and you'll have the chance to practice. Are you excited? Well, we need a question. So here's our first question. You can think about it as I say hello to all my students watching live. So hello to all my students watching live. And yes, Happy New Year to everyone, says Adil. Exactly. Hi, Krishan. And woohoo, Stefania. We are live. Hello, Bosnia. Hello, all the way to Tennessee from Jacob. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everyone. All right, Julia. Hello. Happy New Year. Dimitri is excited to celebrate. Woohoo. Okay, everyone. Happy New Year, Horatio. So a goal for the new year is called what? Do you know? So there's a specific name that we use for a goal, and people do something with these goals on the new year. Okay, I don't want to say the word because that's another quiz question. So for all my students watching the replay, I want you to participate as well. So I see the answer in the comments section already. So a goal for the new year is called, you are right, a resolution. A resolution. Awesome job. Now, you can simply call it a resolution, or you can call it a New Year's resolution. So someone might say, oh, well, this year I'm going to lose 5 pounds because weight loss is a common goal. That's my New Year's resolution. Or simply, that's my resolution. Either one is fine. And if you specify New Year's resolution, then the person knows, okay, so that's your commitment for this year. All right, everyone. So what about this one? So we know New Year's resolutions. Now, because I have any, I know I'm going to add a S on my noun. So you wouldn't say, have you any New Year's resolution, singular, because any suggests more than one, and you want the S on the noun. Resolutions, resolutions, resolutions. So have you, I see some students providing the answer in the comments, but always make sure you conjugate your verb. So what verb tense is this in? And why is it in this verb tense? I hope all my students watching the replay are participating. Share the answers in the comments and think about the reasons why, okay? Have you, Sarah got it? Have you made? Have you made? Okay, Virashna, have you planned any New Year's resolutions? This doesn't sound like the right choice. We have something called a collocation, which is simply two words, commonly a verb and a noun, that go together. So in terms of goals or resolutions, the correct collocation is made. Now, Hidaki has another one. Have you set any New Year's resolutions? To be honest, it's very common to use set with goals. I set a goal. I set a goal. I think it's okay to use it with resolutions, but I don't commonly hear it. So the most common one I hear is made. Okay? Made. You make a goal, you make a resolution, you make a plan. And why not had? Have you had any New Year's resolutions? Because we're talking about the act of making it, of when you state it. So after you make it, you can ask the person, do you have? Do you have? You wouldn't use it in that construction. So if it was do you, then the person could say, do you have any goals? Do you have any resolutions? Did you make any resolutions? So, making is the process of going from not having to having. It's that transition. Once you have, then you absolutely can use the verb have, but you wouldn't use it in this verb conjugation. All right, excellent job. And this is in what verb tense? The present perfect, because even if you haven't made any resolutions, it's an ongoing timeline. So you absolutely can make them now. So that's why it's in the present perfect. And yes, this is live right now. But for all my students watching the replay, make sure you participate. So, what about you? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Have you made any New Year's resolutions? Share your answer in the comments. Okay, well, made. We have the answer for that one. Now, if you're enjoying this lesson, you want me to keep going live more often, then make sure you like this lesson, subscribe, and put yes, 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 yes in the comments as well. Woohoo! Okay, now here's our next quiz question. This is specific to culture in North America. This certainly may not be something that exists in your country or in your tradition, but think of New York City. Think of Times Square. Okay, many people like to watch the ball on New Year's Eve. What does the ball do at Times Square in New York? Again, this might not be something that you've ever seen or experienced before, but Horatio likes this lesson. Woohoo! Do you know the answer? Azam likes the lesson. Nishat likes the lesson. Woohoo! What's in a name likes the lesson. Parabi, woohoo! Awesome! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Nestor, woohoo! Exactly. And for all my students watching the replay, I'm looking at you as well. Okay, we have some answers in the comments here. Oh, this is interesting. So many people like to watch the ball game on New Year's Eve. So this is grammatically correct, but a ball game is generally basketball, which it may be common to watch a basketball game on New Year's Eve, but it's not the most common tradition in North America. The most common tradition, another student said ball game. You guys are very smart. Very smart, because that is grammatically correct. Now, Magno, this is more of a direct translation. It's not the word that we would use. Absolutely, you could watch fireworks, but it doesn't go in the sentence. The ball fireworks, that doesn't go together in this sentence. But we do have the right answer. Stefania had it. The ball drop. The ball drop. Exactly. Exactly. Well, Estella, you're right. Before the ball drops, it does rise. It does rise for sure. That is true. So that is true. All right, everyone. So the answer I was looking for, which Stefania got, is the ball drop. So that is the countdown. The ball drops as the countdown is going on. Have you ever watched the ball drop? So some people might ask, oh, where are you watching the ball drop? Where are you watching the ball drop, for example? Okay, what about this one? We're down the minutes until 2025. Right now, for me in my time zone, we're down the hours, Maybe for you, it's minutes. For me, it's hours, because it's still, I don't know, it's only 8 a.m. where I am. Okay, I see the correct answer. Remember to conjugate your verb. You can't just give the base verb or the infinitive. You have to conjugate it, okay? Rita got it. We're counting. Okay, so if you count down the minutes, the hours, you can use this if you have a vacation planned 3 months in the future. Okay. Right now, you can say, I'm counting down the months until something happens, until my vacation. I'm counting down the years until I retire. So you can use this for any period of time. It doesn't have to be minutes, it can be any period of time. And you use this to show your anticipation for a future event. So, right now, are you counting down the hours, the minutes until 2025? How many hours to go in your country? We still have a lot of hours to go in my time zone. All right, awesome job, everyone. How about this? How are you New Year's Eve? I'll give you a hint. There's more than one answer. So think of the word that you could use, think of the verb, and then you need to conjugate your verb, conjugate your verb. Happy New Year to you, Magma. Thank you so much. All right. Love right back to you, Ansar. What could you say? How are you? I see the answer. Okay, I see some answers. Ah, and good conjugation. How are you celebrating New Year's Eve? That works. That works. How are you? I see the verb here, but you need to conjugate this, which Adil did. How are you spending? How are you spending? So cheering wouldn't necessarily work. How are you cheering New Year's Eve? That doesn't exactly work. You can cheer as the ball drops or as people yell, Happy New Year. You might cheer. We all cheered as the ball dropped, for example. So you can use that word, but not exactly in this sentence. Okay, so I like celebrating, which I have, spending. What about ringing in? Ringing in. Do you know this one? Ringing in is only used with New Year's Eve. So you wouldn't ask someone, How are you ringing in your birthday? How are you ringing in the weekend? You wouldn't do that. But you can say, How are you celebrating your birthday? I guess you can celebrate the weekend, but really we use the word celebrate for special occasions. So if it's a regular weekend, celebrate doesn't sound right. But how are you spending your birthday, the weekend, you could even say? Okay, so ringing in is just used for New Year's Eve. And notice you need that preposition in. Ringing in New Year's Eve. You could also say ringing in the new year. Okay, there are other possibilities as well. Not how are you doing? How are you doing New Year's Eve? I would say, what are you doing? What are you doing on New Year's Eve? How are you spending? How are you spending, celebrating, or ringing in? All right, awesome job, everyone. And India's getting close in India, counting down the hours in India for sure. All right. So, what about you? How are you spending New Year's Eve? Now, what about this one? What are you doing? So we just talked about this. I think I gave away the answer, but maybe you didn't notice. What are you doing? Okay. So, what's the missing word? Remember, here we had how are you? How, the process. How. But now we're changing it to what. What are you doing? Now I see the correct answer in the comments. Renit has it. Fabiana has it. Azam has it. Nazmoon has it. Okay, there's another possibility. On, and there's another possibility. Okay, what is that possibility? Hmm. On is the most common for sure. On is the most common because it's on a specific day. On December 31st. On Tuesday. Okay. Yes, I see the answer. Sam has it. Now, why? Why? Oh, and Honor Roll had it as well. Why can we use for? Now, honor roll, you can say for the new year, but if it's New Year's Eve, you don't need the in front of it. So it's for New Year's Eve. Okay. For we use this for events. So on a day, December 31st, Tuesday, for example. But for is an event for your birthday. So you can say on your birthday because your birthday is on a specific day, but you can also do for because it's an event. What are you doing for the holidays? What are you doing for your anniversary? So you can use on or you can use for. All right, awesome job, everyone. Awesome job. Whoa, Taiwan is close, everyone. Taiwan is counting down the minutes almost. Counting down the minutes in Taiwan. Woohoo. All right, our next question. Are you dressing for or on? Because we just learned the reason why there are two possibilities. New Year's Eve. Well, what about my student from Taiwan? Now, for you, I might say, did you dress? Because you're already in the moment. You're only an hour and a half away. All right. So I see the correct answer. My students are so smart. Hamid got it. Kushni got it. Rasha got it. Benna got it. Woohoo. All right. Are you dressing up? What does this mean to dress up? If you dress up, it means you wear fancier or more formal clothes than you normally do. So, right now, I'm wearing, it's actually a dress, but you can't tell. Now, I normally wear dresses. So, this style of dress is not dressing up because it's what I normally wear. But if I'm wearing something that's very sparkly or maybe a different style of top, then I could say I dressed up because it's more formal, it's fancier than I normally wear. So if you always wear a suit to work, you're not dressing up because that's your regular clothes, right? Okay. Yes, exactly. Elegant. Elegant is a great word. Elegant clothing. Fancy. Fancy. That's the word I like as well. Fancy clothing. And you're right, Mango. No. It's a phrasal verb to dress up. To dress up. So you don't need the for or on. You could just say, today, I felt like dressing up. I felt like wearing formal, fancy clothes. Or you could say, oh, I don't want to dress up for the party. So the party, I would say for because it's an event. I don't want to dress up for the party. I have to wear high heels. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I dressed up on my birthday. You wore fancier, more formal clothes on your birthday. Exactly. And exactly, Julia. A lot of people dress to the nines for New Year's. Now, you actually, interestingly, for this idiom, you don't need the up. You can just say dress to the nines because it's an idiom, an idiom. All right. Yeah, as if you're walking on the red carpet. Exactly. So if you want to have an image of what it means to dress up, imagine you're walking on the red carpet. What would you wear? Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, wake up, dress to the nines, dress to the nines. That's an idiom, which means to Wear clothes like you're walking on the red carpet. Okay, what about this one? This this describes me, everyone. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not doing anything crazy or spectacular. I'm not dressing up. I'm just hanging at home. This describes me. What about you? Does this describe you perhaps? Okay, we have a lot of prepositions. Some of them are the correct prepositions, some of them are not. So I'm just hanging at home. I'm just hanging. Chenzi has it. Nazmoon has it. Wake Up has it. Woohoo, woohoo. Benna has it. All right. I'm hanging out at home. I'm hanging out at home. Now, it's the present continuous because it's describing the continuation of it. I'm hanging out at home tonight. If you talk about it as the past, you would say, oh, I just hung out. Hung out. I hung out at home. So to hang out, you can use it with somebody. You're correct, Michael. You can say, I'm just hanging out with friends at home. So you don't have to be alone. You can hang out with your family, with friends, with your neighbors, with your cats, your dogs, your husband, your wife, your whoever, or you can hang out alone. So you can do it with someone. So remember, you need that preposition with if you specify. All right. Very nice, everyone. Very nice. Moving on. You, all the success and prosperity in 2025. A very common thing to say on New Year's Eve and shortly after the new year, or on a special occasion, one's birthday or one's wedding day as well. What is the correct word? Is this too easy for all of you? I see the correct answer, and there was no hesitation in the comments. Varashma has it, Anthony has it, Aziz has it, Stefania has it, woohoo, MTL has it. All right, I wish you. I thought there would be some confusion because what about this one? You wish someone something. So the something is all the success and prosperity in 2025. That's the something. But what about this one? You have a successful and prosperous 2025. Now notice the slight difference here because we have a successful and prosperous. So here, success and prosperity are nouns. They're nouns. But in this case, what are they? They're adjectives. A successful, a prosperous. They're adjectives. So the nouns, success, prosperity. Adjectives, successful, prosperous. And my students have it. I hope. I hope you have, says Aziz and Krishnan. Very nice. Daniela has it as well. Honoral has it. Woohoo. Okay, because you hope someone does something. And the does, what is the person doing? Well, they're having a successful and prosperous 2025. So you wish someone something and you hope someone does something. Now, when I say does, you replace that with whatever verb you want. You don't use the verb do that acts as the model. I hope you have a successful and prosperous 2025. And I, of course, wish and hope that for all of you. All right. It's important to reflect your actions in 2024. Do you agree with this? In the new year, it's important to reflect your actions in 2024? Maybe not just once a year. You can do this every single night. You can reflect your day. At the end of the night, you can reflect your day, right? All right. So I see some correct preposition choices and I see some incorrect preposition choices in the comments. Now, these are simply a matter of memorization. Memorization. So you simply need to memorize that you reflect on something. You reflect on something, okay? So many of the students got it. Wing Lee got it. Luis got it. Awesome job, everyone. Luis got it. Okay, you reflect on. So when you learn the verb reflect, don't just learn the verb, learn what goes with it. And if you're learning a certain noun like resolution, learn the verb that goes with that. You make a resolution. You make a resolution. Okay. I said people are copying each other. Maybe. So it's best to think of your answer before you look in the comments section. No, you don't reflect about something. I would say I reflected on my day. I reflected on the conference. I reflected on the feedback my teacher gave me. You wouldn't use about. Sometimes more than one preposition is possible, and there's no difference in meaning, Stefania. But in this case, I would say no. It's best to say on, reflect on. Okay. What about this one? I'm proud to say I stuck my goal. Okay, so what could you say here? I stuck. We need a preposition. So if you stick your goals, you could also use resolutions because resolutions is another word for goal. So it means that you kept your promise. If your promise was, I'm going to learn one phrasal verb every day, and you did learn one phrasal verb every day, then you stuck your goal. Okay, I see some prepositions, but I don't see the correct preposition. So if people are copying each other, you're copying the wrong answer. Some of you have the correct answer. Alexandru has the correct answer. And Kiyomi has the correct answer because in this case, there are two correct preposition choices. Don't you like when that happens? To or with. To or with, okay? Now, there is a literal translation with stuck on. So let's say I have a piece of tape or some glue or something sticky. I could say, oh, it's stuck on my shirt, which means I'm unable to remove it. Okay. So if something is stuck on a surface, it means you're unable or difficult, or at least it's difficult to remove. But in this case, to stick to or stick with a goal, a plan, a resolution, it means that you do it because you said you were going to do it. So it's the opposite of quitting. Okay. So this is important New Year's resolution. What about you? Are you going to stick to your goals? Are you going to stick with your goals? I certainly hope so. How about this one? I can't believe how fast 2024 by. This certainly describes me. I don't know if this describes you, but I can't believe it. Every day, well, every week, I always say this. Wow, I can't believe how fast the week. So you can use this with anything. The week, the day, the summer, This live lesson, you can use this with any time reference. It doesn't have to be one full year. I see a lot of the correct answers in the comments, and I see a few incorrect ones. So I'll give you a hint. There are 2 correct choices. We have one. Anthony has it, went by. MTL had it as well, went by. Okay. Now there's an idiom. Idiom. Think of it another way. Time, if time goes very quickly, wow, time. And then that's the verb. If you know that idiom. Wow, time. It's already 2025 time. Does anyone know? Fred got it. Freddie got it, excuse me. Flew by, because the idiom is time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Have you ever heard that? Time flies. Wake up got it. So you take that verb, fly, and then you conjugate it because we want the past. Flew by. So flew by or went by. Okay, those are the most common ones. Now, to be honest, I was thinking of adding passed by as well. And I decided not to, but I think you can use it as well. I didn't think it was as common as these 2, but it was one that I thought of as well. Okay, so the flew, notice that pronunciation. Ooh, flew. 2024 flew by, which means it happened very quickly. And you can also use to go by, went by. I can't believe how fast this live lesson is going. Okay. Now, in the past, you can say this live lesson flew by, flew by. Okay. Awesome job, everyone. What about this one? Her resolution. Now you know what a resolution was. It was a goal, but she made this goal. She set this goal on January 1st or December 31st, 2025. Her resolution is to cut on sugar. All right. What do we need? I see some incorrect preposition choices and I see some correct preposition choices. So the correct one is back on. Now, to be honest, I just saw other students put down on. Yes, you can put down on. Now, this is very common. I forgot this one. I should have added this. So cut down on or cut back on means to reduce. Both of them are just as common. So make sure you add down on to this answer. Okay, so back on, to cut back on, to cut down on is when you want to reduce something. So maybe you want to cut back on your screen time, cut down on how much time you spend playing video games. I don't know. I'm just thinking of certain things. Now, you could cut back on your English lessons, but generally we use this for negative things that you want to reduce. So if you say it was something positive like your English lessons, it sounds like it's a negative thing. So you're spending too much time on your English lessons, which is possible if you're neglecting other things you need to do. So down on or back on. All right. How about this one? Don't give your goals too quickly. Going to be trying to make it a little harder for you. And my plan was successful because I will give you a hint. You need 2 words to complete this answer. And students are only providing 1 word in the comments. 2 words are required to complete this answer. So I tried to make it a little more difficult for you. Don't give your goals too quickly. Okay. The answer is Lillian got it. Yes. So the answer, give up, means quit. That is correct. So the phrasal verb is to give up. But when you specify the noun, which is your goals, that's the noun, you need an additional preposition. The additional preposition is on. Okay. So if it's just a statement, don't give up. Don't give up. That's all you need. Don't give up. But if you specify the noun, don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your goals. Okay. So, and this means to quit. Don't quit your goals too quickly. Don't give up on your goals too quickly. All right. I'm glad I was able to help you with that one. How about this? He's hoping to his bad habits. So the key here is the word bad habits. Bad habits. So there's a verb that's a common collocation, which means the noun bad habits commonly goes with a specific verb. Now, there are other choices that are possible, and I see the other choices. So you can use the verb quit. You can quit a bad habit. Absolutely, you can. You can stop a bad habit. Absolutely, you can. There are some incorrect answers that we wouldn't use, but there's one specific collocation that's very common. And I see the correct answer. Renate has it, and Magno has it. Break. Okay. So there are other possibilities. Quit and stop are common, very commonly used. This is a common collocation. You break a bad habit. You break a bad habit. So I need to break a bad habit. Okay. That's a very common collocation. He's hoping to break his bad habits this year, whatever that bad habit is. How about this one? Many people dream traveling more in the new year. We need a preposition. Now, I provided two options because two are possible. But one is more of a literal meaning, and then one is more for aspirations. So the literal meaning is when you're asleep and then you dream. That's the literal. But then if you dream of traveling, it's more, oh, I have this goal. So it's more conscious. All right. So we have of or about. Of or about. But about is the more literal one. Oh, I dreamt about traveling to Egypt. This happened while I was asleep. I dream of traveling to Egypt. This is conscious. It's one of my aspirations, one of my goals. Okay, so both of them are possible, but just know about is used more literally. How about this one? I'm committed my English in 2025. Does this describe you? I certainly hope it does. Okay. What would you say? I'm committed. And there's definitely some different options. Different options that you can have. All right. Interesting. I see some interesting options because I see students just adding a preposition. I expected more than a preposition, and I see some incorrect answers. So if you use a verb with your preposition, what do you need to do? And this is the mistake that I see. Almost all the students have it incorrect in the comments because the verb is not conjugated. So, how do you conjugate the verb? I'm committed to improving, as Louise said, to improving my English. Now, a lot of students just said to. You can be committed to something, and the something is your English. So you absolutely can say, I'm committed to my English in 2025 because you can be committed to something. But it's also very common to use a verb, committed to doing something. Now, if you use a verb, you must use the gerund because to is a preposition and to belongs to commit. Commit to. Commit to. Now, committed is conjugated. To be committed. To be committed. Okay, so notice that's why it's I am committed. To be committed. What about you? Are you committed to improving your English in 2025? Put yes, 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 you are. All right. Okay, so you need the correct prepositions. I'm committed to, you wouldn't say learning my English. You would say, I'm committed to learning English in 2025, for example. All right, we have some students who are committed. Awesome. Well, everyone, if you enjoyed this New Year's quiz, if you learned a lot, if you want me to make another lesson like this, then of course, like this lesson, subscribe so you're notified every time I go live, and then put yes, 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 yes in the comments. And Happy New Year to all of you. I am wishing all of you the best New Year. I know that amazing things lie ahead for you in 2025, and I hope all your dreams come true and more when it comes to improving your English and every area of your life. So, Happy New Year to all my amazing students, and I hope you have so much fun celebrating the new year. And maybe you'll watch the ball drop, maybe you'll watch fireworks. Maybe you'll set some resolutions, set some goals, make some resolutions. All right, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm very excited to plan amazing lessons for you in 2025. On the app until the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Bye.